obviously one of the things that jumps out is points in the paint. Was excited to see that number. As you know, most of you know, I'm a big fan of getting the ball close to the basket. And I thought Kofi was established himself very early. I thought we did a really good job of executing on the offensive end. But even more important, I thought, were the job that Trent Frazier did on Peyton Willis, who didn't have a basket in the first half. His touches were really, really hard. And then DeMonte Williams really stepped into that role, and he made things hard for Battle. And Battle's a good player; he can get some shots up, and but you know, hold him 8 or 9 points under his average. And then DeMonte slid over on Peyton as well. So I thought those two guys set the tone for us defensively. And you know, we had one little stretch there where midway through the first half we turned it over 2 or 3 times and took a couple quick shots. But if we can continue to grow from that, we'll be okay. But liked our defensive effort, especially in the second half, and felt good about what we were doing offensively tonight.
Brad, 13 days off with the week you guys have had. What's that say about your guys to come in here on the road and do that?
Yeah, you know, I think Trent and DeMonte set that tone pretty early. Our leadership has been excellent. You know, I played a lot of guys early. I had no idea what our conditioning would be like. You know, with 10 positives and guys out and the 3-day NCAA break, but I think that our guys are focused, and you know, you got a 10-1 team, and you got them in their home, and a basketball team that's been excelling on the offensive end at a very high level, and I think our guys rose to that challenge tonight.
So in terms of preparation for this game, how did it compare to maybe a normal prep?
Well, it was a little different, obviously. You know, you fight the balance as a coach as to, okay, you know you haven't done anything for a long time. And, you know, we have the saying, you know, 3 weeks to get in great shape, 3 days to get out. And everybody's a little different in that category. And obviously, you've got to monitor that. You know, it wouldn't just go out there and run the heck out of them and try to get them in shape. And so we monitored that pretty close, knowing that we had to do some running. We had to, you know, we had to push the envelope there a little bit, maybe more so than what we do in the past in terms of normal prep. But again, it was, you know, just kind of by feel and who felt good, and we tried to get guys as many shots as we could get them. And again, that's getting a feel for the ball and understanding was one of the biggest challenges, as much as guarding and covering Minnesota.
How valuable has Jake been? It seems like he gave you a really big spark tonight early.
Jake's a really good player. So I'm not shocked by anything Jake does, except when he does something boneheaded. And I mean that in a good way. I mean, he's a smart player, he's cerebral, he's level-headed, and so Jake does so many things right. He's turned himself into a really solid defender, and you know, offensively, just makes shots. He just does what he does, and very good passer. And I'm glad he's on our team.
I'm sure you're happy about winning the rebounding battle by double, but what do you think was the key to that, and why you guys succeeded so much of that today?
Well, I think in all fairness, I think Ben's, you know, I think one of the things Ben's doing, he knows he's not doesn't have a real deep team, and so they're not going to the offensive boards. You know, they're selling out that consideration of an offensive rebound from great transition. You know, they're controlling the possessions that way. It's a big number. I think it's a big number because we forced them into some tough shots. Sometimes that happens, and I wouldn't make too big a deal about it. I'm not. I like the number for us, but again, I think it's the way they're playing, and I think we'll take it. And I thought we were active at times on the offensive glass, but we'll take that number any night.
Beyond Willis being their second leading scorer, did you look at the Michigan State game and how the Spartans kind of took him out of that game as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, he's a focal point. You know, he's at the top of the scouting report, and you figure out how to guard the guys at the top of the scouting report. And you know, he and Battle were two guys that we wanted to focus in on. It was an elite challenge to try to guard both of them. Ben runs great stuff. They run great movement. They can play 5 out. You know, we were okay with Curry and Daniel shooting jump shots out there all night. But as long as it wasn't those two, we felt pretty comfortable with that.
Did this feel like a statement performance based on the way you guys were feeling leaving December and then going through the adversity and getting right back to that kind of high-level performance?
Let's not go that far.
Sure.
It felt good to get back. I mean, it's game 3 of a 20-game conference season, and you know, we played well against Missouri, and you know, we did some things very well tonight, but you know, we got to turn around and play again in 36 hours or 48 hours, whatever it is, and you know, and it'll be hard fought. So I think it's just a matter of one game at a time. Don't get too far ahead. Don't get too high. Don't get too low, and let's just go out and keep trying to get better, which hopefully here in the next 2 or 3 weeks without school, we can still continue to do that as we play games.
2 questions.
Brad, is there any more words you can say about Kofi? I mean, he had 29 and 10 in 24 minutes. He's just really been kind of unstoppable for the better part of 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten so mature. You know, he's not frustrated, you know, as he was 2 years ago when he didn't get the ball and he felt like he was open and or he felt like he was open and there was help side defense behind him and he couldn't see it. And now he sees the coverages and now he understands that those guys are going to get him the ball. He's just, you know, that's the beauty of being a junior and having played as many games as he's played and turned himself in because of his hard work into one of the best players in the country.
With an emphasis to get him the ball, did you press that more when Minnesota showed they were kind of going to let Curry or Daniels sink or swim on him one-on-one?
Pretty much. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good game plan. I like Kofi one-on-one with, and then you know, just wasn't just one-on-one, but I like Kofi isolated with just about anybody, and when he's got a size advantage, and Kofi's shown that he'll kick the ball out and make those reads, but you know, there's certain nights Kofi feels like he can just overpower people, and he has that ability to do that. And glad he's on our team wearing our uniform.